Hello, everyone. Let's be brutally honest. Are you a leader or just a gatekeeper? You call yourself a manager, but does your team actually move without you? Or is everyone paralyzed, waiting for your green signal for every little thing? This episode is for every Indian manager still clinging to the illusion, अरे अगर मैं कंट्रोल नहीं करूंगा तो सब कुछ बिगड़ जाएगा, सब फट जाएगा. Let's get uncomfortable. Control is not leadership. If your team cannot run without you, you are replaceable either by the next control freak or honestly by AI. Let's get into a reality check now. We all are raised on micromanagement, where managers wanted total visibility, who is doing what, किस वक्त, कहाँ, कैसे, सब कुछ. Now here's the time for truth bomb. It's mostly because of fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of looking bad, fear of being unnecessary. But your fear becomes your team's cage. And a caged team cannot innovate. They cannot solve any problem. And they will also never stand up and rescue you when you finally stumble. So ask yourself, in the last few months, did you solve more problems than your team or create more bottlenecks? Every time you double checked, reworked, or overruled, ask yourself, are you really coaching or just flexing your insecurity? You think control equals quality, but in reality, control chokes growth. Let me tell you a personal story. I have been guilty too. I was also raised in an environment where there were several micromanagers. And early in my career, I also kind of followed their own approach. So I may have become micromanager back then. So I was working on an initiative and it needed my fingerprints every single time, every single slide, every report. I used to double check it. I called it standards. But the result, the peers or my partners who I was working with, they stopped thinking. And one day I was actually double booked commitments meetings. It happens to best of us. And I just couldn't show up. The team just froze in that meeting. There were no decisions. There was no output came out of it. And that day I actually realized if my presence is necessary, then there is something wrong with my approach or my process. And it is the actual failure. And here's what changed everything. I just picked one meeting. I always used to lead that. And I just simply didn't show up. I told the team, you run it, I trust you. And I'll help you if you get really stuck. So the result, as expected, it was real messy, stressful, but after a few tries, people stepped up. New solutions emerged, came up different from what I would have picked, but I could see a seed is kind of growing and into a little stem. Definitely some missteps as well, absolutely. But ownership was born that day. And if you want your team to grow, you have to let them take risk and even fail sometimes. It's okay. Real growth is noisy, sometimes chaotic. Real leadership is trusting your team to solve, not just follow you blindly. So, action plan for the week. I want you to pick one thing you always control. It could be a meeting, it could be an email change, it could be a sprint, a stand-up, whatever. Step out. Announce you want to intervene. Let your team drive, decide, even fumble and watch what emerges. And after, my suggestion, don't judge mistakes, coach them. That's what a real leader does. It's real growth mindset. And if everything goes wrong, अरे आपको पता चलेगा कि अब बेबी सेट की जरूरत नहीं है. आई थिंक इन एरियाज में मैं कोच कर सकता हूं. और आपको पता नहीं कि कोच करने की जरूरत कहां है. So comment below, what's the one thing you're struggling to let go? And in the end, you have a choice. Either you can go down as a micromanager or grow a team that outlives you. Manager Unfiltered पर I will never sell you easy answers. Only real world experiments, uncomfortable truths, and actions that force growth. Yours and your teams. So like, share, and tag that one manager who can't just let go. True leadership starts after you release the controls. See you next week.